I'm here today to talk to you and to inform you about how and why the loss of my great grandparents impacted my life. From an unknown source, family. Like branches from a tree, we all grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one. Some people in this class may have lost someone or had to move out on their own like I did. The common factor here is that we all had to grow up sometime, whether we were ready for it or not. Today I'm going to inform you about how the loss of my grandparents impacted my life. I will explain to you that they were my role models, how I had to move out on my own and begin the life that I know it now. Preston and Goldie Henry were my role models growing up. When I was born, they were in their early 70s. My father, mother, sister, and I all lived on their property. We did everything together as a family. Goldie would make us dinner every night. She would call it supper and have it ready for us at 4 o'clock. This is a great memory to take with me. Also, we had family parties every Friday night that consisted of chips, cheese, and pretzels, and just having a great time together. I learned from a much older generation of people. My great grandparents were born in 1915 and 1916, and they were married for 72 years. They grew up at a time that life was much different from how we know it. My great grandparents taught me how to have a strong marriage and gave me the morals that I needed for life. Being married for 72 years, Preston and Goldie were inseparable. When Goldie got Alzheimer's and was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, she had to move into a home. Preston went with her. I now at 22 years old had to move out on my own for the first time. I had to take with me everything that Goldie and Preston had taught me and become the adult that they wanted me to be. With both my grandparents in a home, I had to watch the only house that I ever grew up be sold in an auction. I didn't know which way to turn or where to go or how to start a new life without the rocks that I had always had, Preston and Goldie. I moved out into my first apartment with Jason, my boyfriend then and now my husband. Neither of us have ever lived on our own, so we were learning how the world works together. We began paying bills on our own for the first time. The first time I ever had to give a rent check to my landlord, I was super excited. I never had to pay bills. My grandparents always took care of that. I may sound spoiled, but it wasn't like that. They were teaching me how to take care of your elders and love your family. When you move out on your own, it's not only bills that you have to pay, but also you have to buy groceries every week. This is something I never had to do when I was at home. My grandparents or my parents always took care of buying groceries. Also, you also have to go buy cleaning supplies and other household items that I wasn't anticipating. These are all functions of everyday living that I was just now learning on my own. But thankfully, I had the role models of my great grandparents to teach me how to live every day and become the mom and wife that I am now. The mom, the last decade of my life has done a complete 180 from the time that I was a kid. Jason and I tied the knot in 2008, and we have two kids that are beautiful and they're our pride and joy. This is my life as I know it now, and I wouldn't change it for the world. My husband and I were lucky enough to buy our dream home. It's a 100-plus-year-old stone house, and now we can raise our children in there, in our house. Preston Henry only lived for a few months after he went into the home. Goldie lived for 2 more years. The loss of these two people was the toughest thing that I have ever faced in 30 years in this world. But I have with me the memories and the teachings that they have given me. I will never forget this. They taught me the most important thing, unconditional love that a family has for each other. We all experience loss in this world, and we have to take what they've given us and go with it. Just remember them and remember each other.